I've always liked making very small things. It just gives people a different perspective. I think I'm by far the smallest in how small I do it. I try to make anything that you would otherwise make big. Room interiors, a kitchen table. I've made many chess pieces, various goblets, a miniature camera. Anything that you can make big, I try to make really small. The scale that I work in is typically 1 to 144. Dollhouse for dollhouse, they call it. So this could sit in a dollhouse as a dollhouse for that place. I try to make little spinning tops and chess pieces and goblets, down to a thousandth of an inch diameter, much smaller than a hair. Now that's the big one.
That's
next
the big
to it,
one.
next about a quarter inch that way is another speck.
Oh my God!
That's the small one.
I thought there was dirt on the land.
And then you give them a magnifier, and it's like, there is something there. Oh my God!
You see it?
Yeah, I see
Isn't that amazing? There's a goblet on top of that pencil.
And then people looking at it and say, you actually made this by hand. And it's like, yes, I made this by hand. And then people are all amazed.
I would never have thought that anybody could turn something that small.
They're so tiny and they're so beautiful. He's just quite the craftsman.
The tool I mainly use is my lathe. And I made myself a miniature lathe that I can use to turn really, really small things. I then first cut a piece of wood, say the size of a matchstick. And that matchstick I put in my lathe, and then I start turning it round. So I make it smaller, smaller, so I get a piece of wood sticking out that is about the size of a hair. And then in there I start to cut the actual detail. I use very fine files, scalpels that I then have to sharpen even further, little chisels that I have to make myself by sharpening an old screwdriver, a miniature screwdriver, bits of very fine sandpaper. I then have to zoom in, with a little magnifier and look at it very closely to carve that final detail onto it. It can take several hours. As a day job, I design satellites and space missions. Some people say it's rocket science, because I also do rocket engines. And a lot of that is very detailed, very precise work. Every time people come up with new and advanced ideas about what they might want to do in space, somebody wants to take pictures or measure something, I have to somehow come up with a solution of doing that that has not been done before, and I have to put it into reality. Similar in doing my miniature woodwork, I try to make something new every time, to try to go just that bit further, just a little bit better. If I can still see it, it's not small enough, and I have to try again to make it even smaller. Many people have suggested that obviously I have too much time and I need to find myself a hobby. My response to that is typically, did you see the playoffs last night? And they go, oh yeah. So well, I didn't. I made this. People look at it and they get excited, and that makes it worth it. I always look for a solution that is different than what you expect, to do things that nobody else has done before.